My liege, Oh, you don't have to call me liege, mother. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just been such a short time. I'm not used to her being gone. No, you don't have to apologize. Your mother was something of an idol to me anyway. That's not surprising. I really wish that you were still doing the job of spy master and not acting as my chancellor. No, it's all right. I actually like the opportunity to do different things, to try different things. It's much less violent, you know? It's still basically the same job. You're trying to figure out what people want and how to get it for them or get it from them, but much less violent. Well, I'm glad you've settled in. I'm just tired of having to fill everybody's needs and giving them all their requests, especially when they try to call in a favor. I did come up to tell you that Samantha Inala was here to talk to you about the favor I owe him. Of course he is. I wish he would just go away. You did promise the favor to him. Yes, but he didn't even give me my tribute. I understand, my liege. Ugh, it's just so hard to be a good ruler. I miss the days when I would just throw him in prison or something. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Maharaja Kalasa of Lohara. We are heading out on our tour here. I corrected my route a little bit to save us some danger because I realized right after I saved and finished the last episode that I forgot to check for danger and that this is not a strong group of people going out here. So hopefully we don't have too many people fall off of mountains or die to bandits. There's only 3 major and 2 minor dangers now instead of 6 major and 4 minor, so I think we're probably going to be okay. So we have our local justice. We arrive at a small village in Wakan to see quite a commotion in the town square. An unfortunate creature is surrounded by furious villagers. The bleak, hopeless look in his eyes fades and brightens as he notices my procession. My Maharaja, these villagers say my actions have made me a sinner of me, but it's all lies. Won't you give me the Maharaja's justice? So what are our choices? We can either do serving me will be your punishment, or we could tell them that it's frivolous and we will lose control because they don't like it. Apparently I'm compassionate and compassionate. That's interesting. This is also compassionate and compassionate. I think we're going to bring him with us because I don't think he's going to be able to make a life for himself here, and there's no point in saving him if we just abandon him to these villagers. The second we walk away, they're going to be like treating him like crap forever, even if they don't directly harass him. So he can come. The more the merrier, you know? Plus, we're a very small entourage, so it might be a nice to add a couple of people just to help this out a bit. We've promoted a commander. This guy is okay, and we definitely need a few more knights. The Toll of Conquest. My brother, my father, and my husband all died in a war. So when we came here to war for this area, they all died. I will care for the war widow. We actually just have enough money for it, so we will do that. We'll push pause for a second here, just go over our knights to see if things have stabilized finally. We start forbidding these lower ones. I'm gonna make 9 the minimum this time. Forbid you, just to 12. Since we're not planning on doing any more wars, we're gonna leave 9. The only thing we're gonna be fighting is people who try to fight us, where we might change our mind, or the odd peasant revolt, I suppose, in which case our knights will be fine with 9. At least most of the time. And we've made it to our first destination. This young man is holding a cultural festival for us. Let's start. Off in a remote corner of the festival, I find an elaborately decorated tent. The material and patterns are alien to me. So different from what I've seen back home. Its owner is stranger still, smiling at me knowingly above clasped hands. Ah, Maharaja, I see much in your future. Come, give me a coin and I will tell all. I am going to do the wise man one because that makes pretty good sense. Teach me your ways, wise one. Yes. Apparently my mother brawled with somebody and won. That's a thing that happened that should be expected by all who know her nature and demeanor. We've improved development here, which is really good for them. A group of locals has taken the stage in what seems to be the longest, blandest sermon I've ever heard. I try to keep my eyes open, but soon enough, the piles of hay at the corner of the street look a bit too comfortable, a bit too tempting. I'm just resting my eyes. No, we will be respectful, in spite of the fact we want to be lazy. I will remain awake. Alright, so they have put on a little bit of a religious affair for me. They are praying. It's a boring experience. Well, I mean, yes, you would think that, my friend. In spite of your religious change, you still think all this praying and chanting is a little boring. But he doesn't look like our priest, which is hilarious. They look almost exactly the same. No, I'm still going to be good about his the stuff that he wants me to do. But I mean, we're here, you know, to improve relations and get money. And the best way to improve relations is to be kind even when you don't like the things you see. Plus, boredom isn't a reason. You know, faithful people who get a little bored at certain serums still feel a religious strength when they do them, so I think that aligns with him pretty well. The sky above Munjan is clouded, and the gray streamers of the night start to wander around the narrow alleys. Nidhi's hold rises at the top of the hill, almost defiant. He could use a reminder of who he serves. I am Maharaja by divine right. The crown hangs over my head like the moon above all the other stars. No matter how brightly you shine, I will prevail. Let's just celebrate. I have concluded my royal visitation, and it's time to ask for tribute. And he has given me my tribute. Thank you for the tribute, young man. Thank you for the tribute. And we go back the way we came, because the mountains ahead of us are much, much more dangerous. Going over the Crook into Badhakistan would surely be a problem. We'll speed this up, because we don't need to be slow during this. We know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to walk down the road, and then we're going to see some events. So, a snake at the court. This can only mean one thing. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? I wouldn't have made that choice, but the game gave me no other options, so I'm pretty sure I would not have cared too much about the fact that my daughter had a lover and would have kept it a secret, but the game didn't give me any other options, so I took the option that it made me do. I received a welcome worthy of a Maharaja at the gates of Utkara's Durga in Kabul, my coffer wagons and tax collectors making the goal of my visit clear. Let us begin. We're about back to where we were at the start. Oh, my mother died. We don't need to replace her as seneschal, but that's a huge thing that my mother died. She was on this trip with us, which means she died here. I mean, the tour has to go on, but my mother has been an enormous influence in my life, and I think the biggest response to this is that after many years of being harried by her, of being convinced she was out to get him, and then finally making peace with her, he's probably a little surprised that he misses her as much as he does, and that she's sad, that she's gone, because he wasn't expecting to be sad when his mother died for most of his life. He was actually expected to be relieved. I don't miss that girl. Oh no, I didn't. Don't do it. You didn't make a mistake. I thought I've just missed that the whole time. But no, she was being trained by your mother. Her education is fine. Find her another guardian. Don't abandon your child. I can do it. It's me. I'm the guardian. Okay, let's get back into this. It's another evening, so they're asking me to take food that I don't really like. I can ask for special food, but it will probably make him unhappy. I would prefer instead to just accept the fact that the local food is fine, even though it causes me a little stress. I sit at the dinner table awaiting my dessert. When it finally arrives, I can scarcely contain my elation. A pious confection in the shape of the Om is slid over to me on an ornate plate. The thing is so intricately decorated that it is as if Brahman himself had made it just for me. Of course I love it. The only question is how to express my abbreviation. I will remember this. No, we do not hand out free hooks. We do not hand out free hooks. Child of my dynasty, my son, has had a son. Wonderful. I have been enjoying my time here, but I cannot notice... Oh, I hate... This event always bothers me. He held an extravagant feast, sir, because you asked him to hold a feast and you're an extravagant man. What did you expect him to do? Hold a crappy feast for his Maharaja? No, I'll let this go. And the hook is valuable anyway, so I'll let this go. I emerge from my slumber after another peaceful night, staying with Utsaka of Cabal. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. I see Utsaka sitting at the end of my bed, fully clothed. Good morning, Maharaja. I thought it a prudent gift to give you a gift, and what finer gift is there than a gift of my conversation? Ah. Let us chat, sir. We can become friends. And we have gained a learning lifestyle perk. I suppose we take faithful next, because that's what we said we were going to do. Then we'll go down to scholarly circles. I finished my latest meal, and I cannot help but feel that there is a hole in my stomach where some dessert ought to be. Utkarsa can't read my mind, it seems, as before I can even have the opportunity to complain, he calls for a servant to bring out his special cakes. Nothing but the finest hashish cakes for my Maharaja, he says, as an absolute mountain of the stuff is dropped on my plate. Yeah, I don't have a problem with taking some hashish cakes. Another evening of merriment draws to a close, and I have found myself locked in conversation with a Dot, of all people. Before I know it, the room has become silent save for our conversation, and everyone is hanging on my next word. Though a little awkward, I am sure I can tell a tale that everyone here will be delighted by. Something light. This is the definition of our truth. Of course it's something light. But our story was truly impressive. Truly impressive. It is time for tribute, and he has given me the requisite tribute. Thank you, my friend. Danger, flawed fare. Okay, so he's not brought enough food. It's just a bit of mold. Nature will provide for us. 92% chance we're fine. 3% chance I die. That would be a brilliant end to this thing. If I just died right there for clicking that. But no, we continue. We continue. So we're now visiting two experienced locations. I said I wasn't... Or did I even say that? I thought I said that, but I don't know what happened. I was originally not gonna, but because I had to redo the whole thing anyway, I put a couple in. So this woman, she is beautiful. I must make my feelings. Okay, let's do it. But you know that we do not keep lovers, that we don't marry. That's our way. So she joined our court, right? It said that. Let's find her under lovers here, and we will marry her because, you know what? She's the wrong faith. Well, we'll invite her to our court to start. We got to deal with this. These two are fighting. Surely they can make amends. I'm never going to succeed at this. Naimi is better than the other. I did succeed at it. Never say never. I'm the greatest diplomat on Earth. She's now my courtier, which means I can demand her conversion. Check. We've gone through this process before, and now I can marry her myself. Thank you. I do not take lovers that I do not marry. That is my way. And I was keeping that slot open after my other wife died, just in case I needed to slip someone in there. And we had an opportunity, so we did. Hopefully we don't produce 1 billion new babies. But if we do, that is just Kalasa's way. Okay? It just has to be accepted that making babies is part of his lifestyle. The life of a ruler. Several peasants gather around me, asking for stories from my life. I think back on what I could tell them, and 2 stories jump to mind. One of my daughter, Rupsandre, was born. It is a lovely memory. On the other hand, when I called a Vishnivite holy war for the Khana of Bamiyan against that Ghaznavid guy, is a more awesome tale, likely to inspire loyalty and fervor. Everyone loves a war story except for me. I actually am kind of ashamed of my warring ways at this point in my life. So we're going to do this. Okay, traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has an invigorating effect, at least on my state of mind and vigor. So you are sick, but I can cure it myself, which is a 77% chance, and we come closer to becoming friends. Or I can do the wise thing and rest. Alternatively, I could do the logical thing, which is have the doctor treat him, because he's literally right there. So the doctor can treat him. All right. Another grand tour. Another part of our grand tour. We are definitely profitable now. So as soon as we get out of this, we got to hold that feast for that guy. We have swayed him up quite a ways. Increased development. So Simharaja has been quite the great so far, showing me his lands and possessions with pride. So I am immediately taken aback when he starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we are passing by. Are you hiding something from me? I take advantage of the moment. Stunned, shameful, guilty, silence. To push the door open and surprised to find several piles of gold and chests of overflowing with coins. Okay. How bad is this? Here's the thing, bud. Here's the thing. This money you're trying to hide from me means you're trying to cheat me out of taxes. And I will not be cheated. I am compassionate. But I'm not that compassionate. And I'm definitely not going to be cruel enough to take everything from you. Because obviously, that would just be tyrannical. So, we're going to make you share some of that money, my son. Please. Please. Don't not give me my due. We come to the... As Simharaja is showing me down Pershurapura, we come to the military training grounds. All his men at arms have assembled and the air is buzzing with anticipation. Simharaja cracks a toothy grin. My liege, we have heard so many stories about your great prowess. It would be remiss to pass up an opportunity to show these soldiers what a real sparring session looks like. I'll show them how it's done. I mean, I'm no slouch. I generally don't do this, but I actually am pretty good. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm fine with losing. It's fine. I don't, like, it's fine. It was an outcome that could happen. We just keep getting the low roll on everything. So my horse has stumbled on a rock. Everyone makes mistakes, including horses. We're not killing a horse just because it stumbled. People can laugh all they want. Somebody is scheming to kill my guest. Okay, well, that's a thing. On my tour of Purashapura, I found a rare moment when I'm not being ferried around by my host or being expected to make an appearance anywhere. Okay, so we could do a census. That would be working on our day off, effectively. We could learn about their religion and have a 50% chance, less chance to, 50% less cost to convert. And we could do some charity. We have the money for it. Charity's nice, or we could just relax. I mean, we are here on a money-minded tour. This is a little stressful, but not that stressful. And control level goes up, which could help them out a lot. So we're going to do that. It's time for tribute. You really refused me, my son? Really, you refused me? You refused me? You have no money. Okay. Since you literally have no money... Since you literally have no money... I'm going to pardon you. I would have pardoned you anyway, because you're my son. But I'm going to use the excuse that it was because you had no money. And we head down here. This is my son-in-law and spy master. All right. Let's start. We have made a lot of money on this. So we are doing a dance here. I can dance with my wife. I can dance with my host's wife. Let's see if she's impressed by my dancing. She was not impressed by my dancing. Well, whatever. Not my fault that your husband stole your job with a hook, okay? I didn't do that. He did that. I dance great. So you're fighting this kid, and by the looks of things, you actually need my help. Really? I don't know. I can manage things from here. I'm not actually even convinced we're going. Okay, because this could be pretty far away. This is way down here. Way down here. We would have to cross so much of the known world to even get to him. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna raise just our men-at-arms. We don't have very good men-at-arms. Can't really do that. I guess we'll raise all. It'll be fine. We got this. We'll do this. Even though we don't want to, we will do it. This is the right thing to do. Rude gestures. So we have had a pointing incident. Someone has pointed at someone, and it is bad in this culture. Hold on, it's just a misunderstanding. I can offer gold in compensation. I will offer gold in compensation. We made a lot of gold on this, so I'm okay with that. My spy master is accompanied with grave news. While we do not know yet, somebody's trying to kill my kinsman. One of those cousins from the beginning that we never really did much about. The father of the albino. It's time for tribute. And he has given me his tribute. All the usual wonders and merriment of the cultural festival are going on around me, and it is as if I've been transported to another world. I am brought back to the earthly realm though by the sight of some nefarious individual shuffling around the periphery of the crowd, sneaking behind a creaky wooden stage. I am overrun with curiosity, unable to see exactly what these cretins are up to. Why does it stress me out to not do this? Because I'm stubborn. Let's progress deeper. We were caught snooping! A Shuver Errant. Okay, he wants me to go on the adventure with him. I'm gonna tell him to join my court instead. Once he joins my court, we're gonna demand his conversion. Specifically, we demand the conversions of future wives and Ashari. And hopefully we can stop doing that in time. I don't have a plan for it right now, but eventually we may just change our faith so that it includes Muslim syncretism. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing and gnashing jaws and flesh. The flesh tears, the jaws gnash. It's not the other way around. And desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific it must have come from the deaths of Naraka. So he is being killed by a wolf. This man deserves my help. Okay, it's a 50% chance, a little more. I have a slightly better chance. I think I can accept the wound if I fail. He died, and I was wounded, but that's fine. Okay. Stop here for a second. I'm just going to go down to this. Actually, there's one thing I want to do first. Let's view our travel and see if we can just make an adjustment here. I don't think I can cross through home to go to there, because if I do that, it's going to not let me. So I'm going to customize my route. One last little time, just because you can do this. Did not work. Because I clicked the same spot. So we want to go to here. Customize our route up there. We're going to apply that. We want to exit. We can see it's now in place, so we will cross over in order to get this experience spot. Then we will return home. Which is good. And for our troops, I think we're going to go and try to do this siege. Maybe he'll join up with us. Hopefully he does join up with us so that we can do the fight against this guy around in here someplace. If he doesn't join up with us, I don't know what we'll do. We'll see. We'll see when we get down there. So let's do it. This is the last location. Let's get to it. All right. Still ticking money in the background. I continue my tour around the grounds. This is the fake assassination attempt. And we shall participate because we love to play these games. We do. It's fun. We are a man who loves life, and we've learned a way to balance our love of life with our responsibilities. This should be easy. I'm going to take the shot. Risk rewarded. So we succeeded at taking the shot. But this guy, he takes offense to it, which is absolutely, absolutely absurd. Sir? Sir? We somehow got defeated in that war. Just click the disband all button. Maybe someone got captured, I guess. Oh well, that's a thing. It happened. At least we don't have to fight it anymore. He gained a favor hook on me. They keep gaining these favor hooks for things I don't know what's happening. They just get them, I guess. These tours are actually quite risky because you do gain a lot of them, but they give out free hooks, and those free hooks have had some troubling effects in past games for me. And they still can have troubling effects into the future. I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes live, so I pay a visit to an establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need a Samantha for anyways? Okay, so this guy is being rebellious, yeah. Oh, so we could fight this ourselves. And because we're gallant, we want to, and we absolutely would because we're going to win, so we do that. It's time for tribute. Not only did he get a free hook from me, but he also refuses the tribute. I actually feel like imprisoning him, but I feel like I'm too compassionate to do that. I kind of feel like imprisoning him. Like I kind of do. I know that might seem crazy, but I do kind of feel like imprisoning him. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We are upset, but we don't do that. Fine. Fine. I mean... Alright. That's fine. I accept the nature of the situation. It's fine. He's gonna get even less taxes, probably. These people. All I'm doing is out here on a tour to take money from their territories, and they're just interfering by using their hooks to get things they want. Travel. Bopo woman. I do not fornicate with women who are not my wives. I do not. My path has become much more pure. Even though it takes us a lot of effort to do this and we have to wince and grit our teeth, we remember that we have 4 wives who trust us and who we love very much, and they give us all of the love we need. We can barely manage them. This guy is ill. We'll have the doctor treat him. Simple enough solution. We have got a learning lifestyle perk, which is great. We're going to go down to plant cultivation because we are heading to scholarly circles. What are we going to do after that? Maybe... I don't know. I don't want to extend his life. I think that he's lived a good long life. He doesn't need to like, hunger after extra years. So I guess that puts us in a place where we just... Maybe we go back to stewardship. Maybe we go to diplomacy. Diplomacy might be interesting for a bit. Your grand tour becomes even more avaricious at the end. That's great. We made so much money. So we're going to finish the tour. And there is where we're going to end the episode. Thank you for watching. Next time, we'll be holding that feast that we are supposed to hold. We'll do the mystical communion right now, though, because why wouldn't we? Only takes a second. And I hope to see you then, where we do our new little feast, and we probably pick our personal tradition to add to the Kashmiri culture for Kalasa, so that he is remembered by his people into the future for how he affected the way they live their lives. And I hope you join me then. Goodbye for now.